On that one note, we are going to, we have a little art show. It's going to be dynamic comedy. We're back to Doug Ecks, everyone, in LA. Woo! Woo! That's talent juggling.
All right, so feel free to heckle. Like I said, on other shows, I'm juggling, so you can't knock me down any further. This is as low as people go. So courts are open again. So I'm actually a lawyer again, and not just someone writing documents no one's going to care about. And I went to the criminal courthouse the first time on Wednesday, and it was the LA criminal courthouse. And of course, you have to wear a mask to come in, but once you're actually in the building, a bunch of people had their masks off, and I go to a sheriff, one of the bailiffs, and I say, hey, what's the procedure? Do we tell somebody if they're not wearing masks? And he said, well, if you see someone without a mask, you can tell me, but all I'm gonna do is ask them to put it on. I can't do anything if they don't wanna wear their mask. And I'm like, you're LA law enforcement. I saw a video of you guys beating the hell out of a handicapped person because he couldn't get out of the street on time. And
Exactly.
Not wearing a mask. You got a freaking gun at your hip. What the hell are you doing? Just ask them. But no, so the LA policy is very flexible as far as social distancing. And I knew I was in trouble because I was relying on people to follow the rules and preserve the common good who are all there because they're facing criminal charges. I mean, and that is a subgroup of people who are known for their devotion to the common good. You can't get more adherence to the social contract than criminal defendants. So that was a bad day for me. Let's see. So, I talk about people. There's not a protest. There's legal observers there. They wear bright green neon hats. The bright green neon hats used to be to let police know that they're there so that they should be under good behavior and not to target them. But the police have now said, hey, those green hats, they're nifty. Just shoot right at them. So there's been a kind of a change in police behavior in the last couple of years. And that's not great. But the great thing about being a legal observer, if you get targeted, you can really closely observe the misconduct. There's no better view of the misconduct than when it's happening to you.
Exactly.
And the National Lawyers Guild has filed a lawsuit against LA law enforcement because of their horrible conduct. So, and that's great on one hand, but actually all of LA taxpayers are where it comes from because they don't take it out of the police, which is a great thing. If you can beat someone up and then someone else has to pay for it, that is a good gig. That's a gig I used to have, actually. I once got paid for a cage fight. And so theoretically, I would have gotten paid for beating the hell out of somebody else up, except I lost and got my ass kicked instead. So I got paid to get beaten up, which is still a deal I'll take every day of the week and twice on Sunday. I was, as I mentioned, for the world's worst cage fighter. I had a 1-in-13 record, but I was a local favorite at San Pedro. People were like, they would come and they would just want to see me win. They just want to see me get that one win. And I had 2 little 8-year-olds come up to me at my 4th fight, and they go, "You're our favorite." And at the time, I thought, those are good, cool kids. They're rooting for the underdog. And then I thought, no, they're not. They're 2 little dicks. They just like seeing me get my ass kicked week after week after week. Little sadists gonna grow up to be little fucking MAGA heads. I don't know. That's just my thought now, looking back and being cynical.
You're the Ray Ciccarelli of cage fighters.
Ooh,
Yes, I really would do that.
He's a NASCAR guy. He's a NASCAR guy.
Who is Ray Ciccarelli? It's probably true, but who is he?
Ray Ciccarelli's that idiot who quit because NASCAR's not going to let the stars and bars Confederate flag be flown. That's the good news. Way to stand up, Ray. His record as a driver was 0-31. So, way to represent the Confederacy. They didn't win either. So, you got that going for you.
Well, I did. I had 1 win and 13 losses, so I don't want to misrepresent myself.
Better than Ray.
One place that can have the Confederate flag. No one's shocked it's NASCAR. It's like, you're the least of our. Anyway.
NASCAR is a sport that's built for hits. One, you don't have to be in shape. Two, it just involves going round and round, so you don't have to make turns. There's like no like coordination needed, and they tell you when to stop. You don't even have to count the laps because you know they can't cast past 10 without taking off both shoes. So okay, but here's the thing, right? Why the hell do we let the South pick the Democratic nominee? All right, like I don't know if you saw, but like during the nomination, Biden got all this momentum for winning North Carolina. North Carolina is never gonna fucking vote for a Democrat for president. I mean, the closest they came to being liberal was deciding Donald Trump couldn't have his rally there because they're like, we're only gonna let 10,000 people die. We're not gonna let you up to 20,000 people get infected. And he said, no, I'm not okay with killing 10,000 people. And he's like, I gotta find some place that'll let me kill more. And he called up Jacksonville, and they said, sure, boss.
Florida.
Hold my beer.
Like Florida is the fucking ass pit of the country. Jacksonville is the Florida of Florida.
Hook up with a guy in Jacksonville.
You're the only girl who has. And on that
I won't get attached